y'all, we come with TV shows that have fell off. Listen, before we get into the video, let me go ahead and come in here and tell y'all my opinion. My opinion. Listen, if you don't want to listen to my opinion, nigga, fuck you. What the anyway, I didn't say Stranger Things, bro. What's the 13 Reasons Why I fell completely off. I watched the first season, and watched the first season, maybe the second. And I fell off by the third. Whichever one with that, when a black girl come in, bro, I fell completely off right there. Like, I don't know what was happening. What else? One
eternity later.
Y'all, Riverdale fell off like a motherfucker. Riverdale, bro, Riverdale had me in a chokehold. The Flash had me in a chokehold and it fell off. Bro, a lot of shows had me in a chokehold and it fell off. But now that I said my piece, now we got ahead and get into the video. Welcome new people, new subscribers. Let's get into it.
Past year, as in 2023, I feel like the spark of shows kind of left. Like, there wasn't any new notable shows that was peaking and everyone was talking about. I mean, except The Idol, if that's your forte.
My friend's a gynecologist. You don't see me sticking my finger in everybody, do you?
Honestly, media ain't been the same since like 2020. And as this drought goes on, these shows start to fall off worse and worse. So I'm gonna split the categories into actual shows and then anime because...
I said 13 Reasons Why. What the fuck? Boruto. No cap, and anime. Wait, Tokyo Revenge is on a run, y'all. Tokyo Revenge is on a run.
You know I had to put animes in this video.
Yes, sir! Let's get to it.
Obvious spoiler warnings ahead for any of the shows I talk about. And the first show we got is none other than our childhood classic.
Nigga, we just grew up. Hell no. SpongeBob can't never fall off, bro. But I'm down this hill. SpongeBob can't fall off. Let's talk about it. SpongeBob can't... The movies... Yo, I'll give you that. The movies, like you can't beat the first one. The first one was a classic. I'm gonna go big over. Like you can't beat that, right? I'm sorry, but the show itself, you can't. Bro, SpongeBob, right? You can't follow. Like unless they get like a new actor or a new voice actor or like you can't really follow SpongeBob. I'm sorry, my boy.
SpongeBob is by far one of the most iconic franchises of all time. The first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are all-time peak. You're not telling me any different. Like, I could go back now as an adult to watch and laugh at the episodes just as much as I was when I was a kid. Almost every single SpongeBob meme you see online specifically comes from the first 3 seasons.
What?
And the SpongeBob movie, it's perfection. They somehow adapted a movie people already watched into a game and made it good.
Y'all, let's talk about that damn game. I'm sorry. Y'all don't want to hear my opinion. This game was fire, bro. Y'all, bro, if y'all ain't never played SpongeBob game in y'all life, boy, I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's one that I got in my mind. This nigga's like SpongeBob in a plane and like Plankton's like the villain. Y'all, that game was peak. Boy, like all the SpongeBob games, all the Nickelodeon games back then was heat. Boy, the Madagascar game was heat. The Over the Hedge game was heat. Bro, all the PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation 3 games was fire. Oh my god, bro, I missed them games, bro. I wish I could go back and play all of them, bro. Like, but I got rid of my PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3. And I still got my PlayStation 4. I need to go buy them again, bro, because like I gotta play them again.
There's no other shows that's touching the calibers of this. Most people will think, why the f would they even buy the game then? But after season 3, it was pretty much downhill from there. There could be good episodes here and there, but I'm really scrolling right now looking at these episodes past season 3, and I'm not recognizing jack. It's like they started making the episodes worse on purpose. Like, did any of y'all know that Anthony Davis was in a SpongeBob episode in 2020? This should be balling on the court with LeBron. What you doing, dog? Even the movies, too. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really watch the SpongeBob Out of Water movie. And I guarantee some of y'all didn't even know these movies existed.
I did.
But I can tell you, both of these movies are simply not touching the first SpongeBob movie. Nowadays, they rely on posting on their YouTube channel, which is just spam with random uploads of things every day. Counting every time someone says plankton, 45-minute video. Every instrument ever in Bikini Bottom, 56-minute video. Every time anyone cooked a Krabby Patty, 2 hours.
God!
They're taking the child YouTuber around uploading long-ass videos so kids won't click off. The sad thing, too, about all this was that SpongeBob was never supposed to air this long in the first place. Steven Hillenburg wanted SpongeBob to end after the first movie, which would have been perfect. But the people at Nickelodeon gathered together and said,
hell no!
Yeah, we're not ending
Oh,
this.
me
And he
either.
ended up leaving as the main writer, which directly correlates to SpongeBob's downfall. He even said he didn't want spin-offs, and specifically ones where they age down the characters because, well, that always goes great.
Wow.
Look at the top of his head.
Why did they do that?
And what did Nickelodeon do to honor his legacy after he died? The exact thing he didn't want them
Wow.
to. Like, did any one of y'all even know these spin-offs exist?
No.
This is my first time even knowing Patrick had a spin-off. I refuse to watch it
Wow.
specifically because that ugly-ass baby's holding in his hand. I don't
Who's
even
that?
want to know what type of character that is. Is
Who
that
is
supposed to be
that?
his little sister? The next show we got is 13 Reasons Why.
Y'all, didn't I say that? Did I say that? I could have sworn I said that. If I didn't say it, then I thought it, and I should have said it. I tried to tell y'all, bro. I fell off. I think I said it, y'all. I definitely said it. I fell off either season 2 season 3, bro. It was heat. It was perfect. It was perfect. But this was hitting. But the show was fire. It had me hooked. Like I'm not gonna lie. I don't even like shows like this for real. But some reason it had me hooked. I was like a fish going for the bait. Look, it had me. I was hooked.
The fact that this show even exists is kind of hilarious. Because it's
Okay.
the concept of a girl in a high school ending her life and leaving out 13 tapes for people to trace the clues why she...
That is gaslight at its highest point. What? She said, everybody get one. Nigga, you, and nigga, I didn't forget about you. But what the?
Did it like Scooby-Doo. The peak of its
And
hype
that's-
was like the first
shit was
season
tough.
and second season, I think. And I won't lie, I was pretty invested at first. Especially for the first season, because one by one were they introducing a new character and giving a backstory. But I think the thing that really killed it was there's too many seasons. Like,
Yeah.
this show could have easily been one season with 13 episodes for every tape. But it goes on for 4 seasons. Like, how much do you have to...
This nigga died. See, I swear to God. See, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. What the? Boy, what? Y'all, I think when she came in, I fell off, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when she came in, like, she was just being too annoying, bro. I was like, what? Like, I can't remember what she did. I just remember her asking so many questions. But this nigga died?
to talk about. The bitch is already dead. Half the characters in the show never look like high schoolers either. Like, you're gonna sit here and tell me any of these characters look like high schoolers?
They do
This
to
man
me.
is almost the height of the hallway roof. Get his ass on the court. And all the shit that was going on in this high school was anything but high schooler activity. I'll never forget when Tyler got that whole broom shoved up his ass.
my
Honestly,
God.
after that is when
I forgot about it. I forgot about it.
And for
Why you
y'all that
remind
have
me?
never seen it, take one advice from this video.
Not search up that scene.
The show was also hella controversial
looking
because
at
it
me like that,
depicted
bro?
a teenage girl unaliving herself. And since most teenagers are stupid and influenced by dumb you can guess who would get influenced by this. It's so bad that you can't even search up 13 Reasons Why on TikTok. It's banned. Do it. Try it
What?
right now. I guarantee it's not going to let you search it up. And honestly, after maturing ever since watching this, I'm realizing this was the villain the whole time. She should have just died in peace instead of making a whole
What?
treasure hunt. So many lives ended up being taken in the process to find out why she did it. Big spoiler warning. The only person who really deserved to die was Bryce. That he gets 30 on his phone.
I
And the
forgot- I
dumbest
remember him down,
scene
but I
in the
forgot who
show
killed him.
was when one of the reasons revealed on why she did it was because someone in the class wrote she had the best ass. She ain't have no ass, by the way. The act
Yeah. I was just gonna say no cakes. And then, to me, that's a dub. Nigga, somebody say I got the fattest ass. Nigga, hey, I'm walking out that bit. Yeah, like, wait, what?
actress is in her 20s. I can say that, okay? Next is Family Guy. At a certain point, Family Guy was one of the all-time goats for shows in general. Everyone would be
What the f-
fiending and waiting for the next season to drop when another one ended. But slowly over
What the
time,
fuck,
it just
like-
started to hit left and left.
Like,
Even when you search up Family Guy best moments, there's always going to be jokes and cutaways from the older seasons. I stopped actively watching when they reached the mid to late teens of seasons. But why the f is there 22 seasons of Family Guy? Am I the only one surprised by that? There's only so much that happens in Quahog for that to even be a thing. And
What
the
is
main
y'all
thing I used
talking
to
about at
love
this
from
point?
Family Guy was those Stewie and Brian episodes. Bro, when Stewie and Brian got together to do something in an episode, you knew it was going to be a classic.
Oh,
I feel
my
like if they
mama.
made one of these episodes each season, it could be a thing to keep people invested. Even Seth MacFarlane doesn't believe in Family Guy anymore. He hasn't
Really?
written for the show since 2005, which is surprising to me because when everyone thinks of Family Guy, they think of him. But Family Guy did manage to stay good for a while after he left, and nowadays it's in the dustbin. If you sit here and tell me season 22 of Family Guy is good, I'm simply not listening to you. I feel like more of the younger generation is watching South Park, because South Park is always up to date. Like, they made a whole episode joking about crime. Keep in mind, Trey Parker and Matt Stone are in their 50s. If I ask my parents do they even know who Logan Paul or KSI is, they're gonna look at me like I just made those names up on the spot. And I can't take it serious anymore because of those dumb TikTok clips that are always playing. Even when you search up Family Guy funny moments on YouTube, there's like a gazillion channels reposting clips from the show.
Thanks.
If I owned a show and people were posting full episodes of it on YouTube, I'm throwing copyright strikes left and right. But I think Seth MacFarlane does not give a about the show anymore and lets people do whatever they want with it. Next is Fairly OddParents. Fairly OddParents is in the category.
Bro, I forgot about this bullshit-ass show, bro. Fairly OddParents was at its peak. It was cooking. It was... I don't know what that noise is, but it was... Like, and then that girl came in and then went straight down here, my boy. Like, y'all remember when my boy Timmy Turner and, what's his name? Jimmy Neutron, they linked up? Classic. That's a classic moment. I think they had a game about it. Classic.
Where SpongeBob of all-time cartoon goats. The show could have went on potentially for millenniums because all that needed to happen was Timmy making a wish, him fucking up the wish, and having to later fix it all by himself. Oh my god, the show had some of the best cartoon episode specials ever. The Channel Chasers episode, the Jimmy Timmy Power Tower episode, the Abracatastrophe episode, and they all brought original concepts to the show's power system as well. But there's three main factors we can contribute to its downfall. Number one is Poof. Poof was introduced.
Nigga, Poof was what? The Poof was hard, bro. Poof was tough.
Introduced in season 6 of Fairly OddParents, which was around halfway through the show, and a lot of people was not f***ing with that. I used to think Poof was cool, and I kind of liked him, so I don't know. But this next person was definitely more to blame. Sparky. If people thought there was no point in adding Poof to the show, Sparky was gonna make them even more mad. Sparky was a magical dog and became Timmy's first pet in season 9. He was honestly just useless to the show and didn't really add anything. Like, he would come in here and there for a gag, but no one really gave a f***. He kind of ruined the dynamic between Timmy, Cosmo, and Wanda. Because at least with Poof was a baby. He wasn't really doing nothing. And out of all things to add to a show, you add a talking dog, bro. I've seen that like a million times already. But this next person was actually what got the entire
show canceled.
Chloe. You know,
I tried to
clap it up for Nickelodeon for ruining their legacy so quickly. Chloe was easily the most conniving little annoying creature ever.
Bro, I didn't even watch an episode with her, bro. Once I saw the intro got changed, bro. Like, I forgot, like, it was with her in it, and the music and everything, like, was different. I didn't even tell.
Were added to any cart.
Oh, speaking of, y'all, it's another show that popped up in my head, but it's an anime. 7 Deadly Sins, boy. 7 Deadly Sins, boy. Listen, that was my first ever anime. And it completely just fell off the top, like off the map. It fell off the map, and I was sick.
Part 2. Chloe was added in season 10 of Fairly OddParents. And she was added because there was a shortage of fairies in the fairy world, so she had to share fairies with Timmy. Which, by the way, I feel like this killed off the appeal of even having fairy godparents. Because when I was a kid, I damn near wanted my own fairy godparents. It felt unique and special to be that kid picked by the fairy gods to have one. So sharing ruins the appeal of it, and this ruined the appeal for me. She will start breaking down at random times for no reason, being the most annoying nuisance in the entire town of Dimsdale. I wouldn't even be surprised if some of y'all don't even know who Chloe is. That's how bad of a character she made the show. But let me just give this time to commemorate my favorite characters after its unfortunate ending. Cosmo, Chester, Jorgen von Strangle, Chip Skylark, and, of course, Nigga Chin! Now let's move on to our kawaii woo anime category.
Yes, sir!
I've been vibrating vigorously.
Yes, sir!
And the first anime we gotta talk about is Tokyo Revengers.
I haven't seen season 2, so I can't say it. But season 1, peak.
At a certain point, Tokyo Revengers was being hyped up to be the new big three. And me and my friends was highly interested in it at first. Like, the character designs is still cold. I don't know who's letting these middle schoolers get tattoos like this, but they fire. And by the way, how are any of these characters supposed to be middle schoolers? Like, Draken is supposed to be 15 in the show. This man puts the beats on people like a 20-year Jujutsu master. I think the main reason it fell off is because after all the hype from season 1, they took 2 years for the next season. And the anime industry is toxic, okay? If you're not working slave hours like Mappa delivering new seasons every year, you're just dumb. And animation was just not it sometimes. I don't know when this happened, but apparently the new season also aired on Disney Plus. This explains his failure.
I've been looking for this shit my whole it's been on Disney Plus this whole time. That don't even fucking make sense. That don't even make sense. Yeah, off the muscle, just off that, yeah.
Or anything Disney grabs its greedy little hands gets squeezed to death, so I'm not surprised. Like, you're supposed to be streaming people's favorite childhood movies, not our animes. If Disney acquires any more animes, we gotta go on strike like those writers did.
Thanks.
Honestly though, with Tokyo Revengers, I've never had an anime I watched where I was interested more in the side characters than the main character. This man Takamichi was a flashback to anyone who came in his way. Mikey should have been the main character the whole time.
Yeah,
Next
Mikey
is
was
Seven
the-
Deadly Sins.
I knew it!
I know some of y'all haven't
Y'all, I'm cooking on this video, y'all.
heard this
I'm
name
cooking.
in yonders. I probably woke up someone in a coma from
I'm
just
cooking.
uttering the name. The first season literally came out in 2015, almost 10 years ago. And it's sad to know that it's known by anything but 7 Deadly Sins. 7 Deadly Frames. 7 Deadly Paid Animators. 7 Deadly Slideshows. But if you watched this anime when it first came out, you would know how hype people were. There was a certain point where the show
Peak.
actually had good animation, and
Peak.
people were getting Netflix subscriptions out of all things just to watch it. It could have easily been top 10 anime of all time. I remember when they were first introducing each sin, and I thought it was so cold how they were all different. Meliodas and Bond's relationship was real homie ties. That man Bond was a weirdo though. He was dating an entire child. Correction, an 1,000-year-old fairy spirit. Why do animes do this? And now they don't even animate it anymore. It's full on CGI. I've never seen an anime fall off so bad. They
What
just say,
is
"Fuck it, we're not even gonna
that?
draw." Next is Boruto. Boruto was open.
That shit was boring as fuck. I'm sorry to cuss. I'm sorry, but Boruto, it gets a pass because that shit was boring. It was dry. At first they heated up like once we got to the Chunin exams, it was heat. When Boruto went to the past, it was heat. But then after all that happened, and then we went to the desert, bro, I fell off. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even picked it up since, my boy. My friends be telling me it's tough, the manga is tough. I can't, bro. One day I need to sit down and really try again, but right now, I'm not finna bore myself to death, bro. I gotta live. I got a life. And that's, it's not, to be honest, I'd rather get spoiled than to sit down and watch that. I don't know. I can't. That's torture, literally. It's torture.
Always bound to fail because the show is 70% filled. Can you imagine watching any show and 70% of the story doesn't even matter to the plot? Like, man, I got things to do with my time. I got money to make. But there was a certain point a couple of years ago that was keeping the Boruto hype alive. The time skip. All the Boruto fanboys was swearing to everyone that once this hits animation, it's gonna be on levels of Naruto Shippuden. And Naruto became mainstream because of the time skip, so it had a lot to live up to. The Boruto time skip did end up happening last year, and yeah, ain't no one talking about it. All that hype flip-flopped in the air just to put out nothing. They even canceled the anime last year. I mean, not like anyone was actively watching. It was out here competing with 7 Deadly Sins for worst animation of all time. They had my man Naruto looking like Tyler the Creator's mugshot. We should have really gave up on Boruto when Kishimoto, aka the original creator of Naruto, didn't even want to write on Boruto. There was no point for this little and his annoying crew to be making a whole new story. And the very last thing we've got is My Hero Academia.
Sir, they are cooking. I don't know what are you talking about. The dark Midoriya arc was insane. What are you talking about? Right now, what's going on? It's peak. It's peak. Cause I fell off. And then I seen one manga clip or whatever page, and it was Dark Midoriya. And I said, you know what, bro? Let me tie back in, bro. And that nigga was cold, bro. I ain't trying to spoil nothing unless he say it. But it was tough. It was tough.
My Hero Academia, when it was first dropping, was legit being compared to Naruto. Now, as disrespectful as that sounds, My Hero Academia has 85 million total sales, and for something new, that's insane. You have celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion cosplaying characters from it. Oh my god.
What?
I don't care if she lied on Tori's name. Keep that thug locked up. Ignoring the stench of the average My Hero fans, everyone was hyped for every new season dropping. But that was the exact problem. The fans. I think the fans single-handedly turned away any potential watchers to it. I had my friends come up to me who never watched anime and would show me some cringe My Hero fan compilation from TikTok. These organisms had to be grown in a lab, like Petri dish creations type. And the fans was out here sending death threats to the creator for not making Deku and Bakugo gay. I know that man is disappointed in the type of fans he's attracted. I personally think the hype died down because this goddamn series is going on for way too long. It should have been ended while people were still interested, but the entire manga is still going. I'm not even saying this bad. Heck, I was reading it for a while. It felt like the story was getting too complex to the point you don't even know what's happening. Like, bro, I just looked at the latest manga chapter and there's an entire volcano sprung from the ground. Who the even has the ability to do this? I remember when people had powers like fire and ice. Keep in mind, they have to adapt all this into seasons of the show, so we're in for like 5 or 6 more seasons that are unneeded. So yeah, that about wraps everything up. If your show was on here, you can go ahead and cope in the comment section, because that just boosted into the algorithm. I need my hate pushed out to the masses. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yo, no cap, this was a fire video, bro. I was low-key cooking, bro. Let me know if I was cooking, bro. I feel like I was cooking. And let me know which one y'all disagree with and which one y'all agree with. And I love y'all. Stay safe. And I'll see you next video. We out. Ugh.